Are you on the fence about buying your first house? Why don't you give me a call and let me know how much in rent that you are paying? Let me tell you a quick story. When I bought my first house, my landlord was a realtor and he knew that I was a loan officer. And I remember him telling me, you better save your pennies up and all this stuff. The market's crashing. This was a half a decade ago, right? He warned me that the houses were going to go down in value. At the same time, he was raising my rent. So I had to really think deep and dig deep and realize that made no sense, that house prices were going to go down if my rent was increasing. So I went ahead and took the plunge. I spent every single penny I had down to my last couple of dollars in my bank account. I remember they kept asking me, where's your money for closing coming? I was like, I have a big commission coming and it's going to be there on closing day, I promise. And it was just I really moved in with very, very little. I had to scrape together enough to move. And, it was a little bit hard. But I will say there was not another opportunity out there for me to get the step ahead on my finances that I now have. Because that house right there, it was my first house that I put 3% down on. And the interest rate was in the mid fives, maybe sixes. I really couldn't even tell you what it was, but I knew that I could afford the payment. But what happened over the next couple of years with that house, with its price increasing, allowed me to refinance and get cash and start making investments in my future, and then eventually sell the house for even more money, which I used to buy for a long-term house, I hope, and also make even more investments in my future and my daughter's future. So if I never would have scraped together my last couple of pennies, I never would have had any of these opportunities. And in fact, I probably still wouldn't even be in business, because it's been a little bit rough this year. And I'm just being vulnerable right now because I know that it can be so hard to take that step, and especially if you're on your own, if you don't have somebody else that's helping you with money, every month paying your rent, and it's you, and there's been months where you might have struggled. I can tell you homeownership has provided me the stability and the financial growth and just strength that I really did need to function and also thrive financially and as a single female. So if you're on the fence or struggling about that first home purchase and you're just not sure if you want to do it by yourself and you have some questions, why don't you give me a call? We can go over everything. I can let you know where we're at with financing, and then you can make a really educated decision. But don't hesitate to make that next call and get more information, especially from somebody like me who's been through it, and I will guide you through it.